right.
See, the old book used to be 36 inches long, and they shrunk it down to that size.
Yeah, and they shrunk them down. And I've got some of the original books, and they're because you got full-size patterns in them. But
well,
this is another one.
And stuff like that in them.
This is another one where it'll go through and tell you exactly how to use your tools the right way and the wrong way that it should look after, like when you're edge beveling. It'll show you this is proper. This is not what it should look like. You no need to have lines here or lines there. Okay, really good book, especially when you learn. I've been doing it for 17 years. Dave's been doing it probably about 20 years or so, working with leather, give or take.
Started in '61.
I wasn't going to give you an age, but we still pull these out and look at them, and to make sure that our technique hasn't, you know, if you get lazy, your technique will get just like anything else, and it'll start to slip if you're not practicing the proper techniques on stuff. They're really fun books, honestly, to go through, and like I said, when we got them handed to us, I went through them and giggled a lot, and I survived the 70s, so I'm allowed to laugh. A lot of the older leather books, if you go through them, dude, I don't know what you guys were thinking, those of you older individuals in the audience, Dave. Pardon? What the hell were you people thinking in the 70s wearing some of this stuff?
I think I'm in one of those books.
I'm probably sure you are.
Isn't George on one?
Wow, yes. Yeah, he is my chief medical officer. What? You want to laugh and a giggle? Wow. It's like, what part of that looks good?
Because in '74 I was apprenticing as a saddler at Calumet Farms.
And then you get into some of these that are really old that you can't find anymore, because this one costs like a grand total of $2, yet it's like $12 now. Okay. I don't mean to be critical, but ooh.
We were making stuff for hippies.
Yeah, I can tell. And not the cool Austin hippies either. These are like San Francisco hippies.
Well, a lot of it, we were making stuff for Kentucky.
Okay, this is a picture of Dave.
Get it, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, you gotta see it in all its glory.
Oh God.
In all its
That was
horror.
me with the mustache.
Oh, the horror!
Great thing.
Is it dead yet? Okay, we see a picture of his shadow.
No, that's not me. No mustache.
Turn this way.
Is it the one in blue?
He doesn't have shoulders or anything.
Oh, yeah! That's not steampunk.
Oh, that's weird.
He did. No. In the 70s, I didn't have any hair, but I did have a mustache. I worked for Uncle.
We give them crap, but a lot of these older books you go through.
But I did have a shirt like that.
Oh yeah, I've got some pictures. I was itty bitty, but I looked at my dad and mom were like, "Are you joking? You actually took a picture in that outfit? Wow." A lot of the books you can get like these, the Making of Leather Cases, the volume 1, 2, and 3. These are well worth it to get in your collection. Now, yay, verily, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to go back and make a bowling ball bag.
You never know.
Or you never know with this crew.
It'll fit a human head.
Yeah, they do.
But they're almost the right size to make a hat box out of.
Yes. Yes, you can go back and look at the 1960s style equipment they have on how to make cameras, camera cases, stuff like that. It's the same technique for what we built. Okay, i.e. your top hat boxes, or the stuff you're gonna carry these and want to pack them and carry them because you spent $120 on them. Same techniques. Yeah, they're telling you how to build binocular cases or a case for a camera that's this bloody big. But it's the same technique, so these books are really well worth getting.
There is an Al Stroman book out there that actually shows you how to build the folding leathers for a camera.
I've got that one. It doesn't leave my shop. There's an Al Stolman book. You can get all of these, actually, if you've got the money to drop on. There's a collector's edition, which is a leather-bound book about that big that has all of Al Stolman's books in it. It doesn't. Once you get it, don't let it leave your shop, because one of us will get it and run. But they go into, you can get books at Tandy for coloring of leathers, the highlighting the different EcoFlow leather dyes and stuff like that. They have books back there that will go through step by step and tell you how to do different color techniques. You can go online as well.
EcoFlow doesn't exist.
Huh?
EcoFlow, the company, doesn't exist anymore. So you have to, on the dyes, you have to kind of recreate what you're doing on the dyes.
You can still get them at Tandy in Houston.
Huh?
You can still get them at Tandy in Houston.
Your EcoFlow?
Yeah.
I thought they just...
But the original EcoFlow?
They were bought out by Tandy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Tandy bought them. They're still using the same name, and you can still get the manuals on them.
But, oh, that's cool, because through the 90s you couldn't get any EcoFlow
Yeah, you
products.
can now.
Okay,
cool. They brought it out. One of the things, real quick, we won't go into dyeing because that's a whole other class, but, man, that sounded bad, didn't it? We're getting a whole class on dyeing.
It's my lifelong goal.
Well, we have a habit in the shop of saying, like, getting ready to that, on that point of leather, we get up and go, I'm going to go dye.
That's the new one for the EcoFlow books.
Oh, really? Did they
How much
redo
you love me? How much you love me?
Did they redo the dye spectrums? Really?
Thanks right there.
Yes, they do. Ask us a question, we will be smart asses. You can go into, if you really get in, digging into getting into leather, and you really enjoy it, and you have no social life whatsoever, besides hanging out at conventions, you can get into figure carving and pictorial figure carving. And these books go step by step. This is a skill set that takes a lot of time to master and to practice. Once you get it, using all these tools, you can do I've seen some amazing work done. And all these, like I said, all these books are Tandy. For those of you who are younger, close your eyes. This is actually done by a friend of ours out of Austin, Drac. This was a star. He committed suicide. Sort of saving this one's going, has a place of honor on my armor later on. But this is the kind of the tooling on, like, you can look and see on her fishnets that he was able actually to go in and hand tool in all the fishnet marks on her. It's not finished, as I said, because of what happened, but you can see where he was starting to get the hair all done up, and you can get it looking so realistic that it's really hard to tell the difference between a photograph and the picture. I know a couple artists who are able to take, and working with leather, take a picture of you sitting there and completely tool it into leather, and you could actually mount it on your armor and have a picture of your wife or your husband or whatever on your gear. It's just a matter of practice. Anybody got any questions, comments?
One of the old statements is
besides
if you can tattoo it, you can put it on leather.
Yeah.
I've got a question.
How would you make something like a satchel or something to hold something in where you don't want there to be like anything holding it together, and you want it to be like seamless?
The biggest... Hold it tight. One thing you can do is sew it inside out, just like you're doing seam. When you're working with leather, same thing as doing seamstress type stuff, is sew it inside out, reach through, pull it through. You're still